Jesus, bro. What is that? What are you trying to sell?
This is a
Bro, what are you trying to sell, bro? Why would you try to sell that, Zadie?
Because you told me to.
I did not. Are you kidding? There's
Come on, man.
the most valuable thing there is the freaking ornament, the Santa Claus ornament that's inside.
So I can say no to the deals that you send me?
Bro, come on, bro.
I could do that. Let's check it off as a no.
Are you kidding
Let's see
me?
what Robert...
Why would you waste people's time?
Guys, welcome to another episode of Office Hours. In this episode, we're going behind the scenes with none other than Carlos Reyes, an incredible entrepreneur that started, like many of us, in the real estate wholesaling space. Since then, he's gone on to run multiple companies and is buying new companies all the time. We're gonna show you behind the scenes at his office what it's like to not just succeed in wholesaling, but go beyond wholesaling into other industry segments. Show you what that all looks like. If you found value, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We've been doing tons of these over the last couple of weeks. We filmed with Andy Elliott. We spent 2 days with Pace Morby. Today, we're at Ryan Pineda's office. Absolutely incredible day here. This episode is gonna be dropping in a couple of weeks, so make sure to stay tuned and enjoy the video.
I was already fading away from real estate. Property brought me right back.
You gotta push your limit, otherwise
Yeah.
it gets boring. Oh wow, you got a lot of space down here too.
We're already looking for a 20,000 square foot building. We bought this in 2019 and we're just gonna rent out the whole spot. Magnus Digital is here.
Nice.
This is a pay-per-click company actually. Jeff is running a multitude of campaigns with Magnus Digital. How long have you been in the Google AdWord business? 8 years? You like it? Oh, okay. Maybe he doesn't like it. Right? Our solar company, Zealous, runs out of these two areas here.
Got all these like materials and stuff back there. Is that for?
Yeah, this is for the Botanist company here.
Botanist
Yeah,
company.
these dudes landscaping.
This is another one of your companies?
Well, actually, this is the only one that we don't own.
Okay.
We actually lease out 1, 2, 3 offices to them.
Yeah.
So we're already looking for a 20,000 square foot building.
Yeah.
This is 10,000, 5,000 downstairs, 5,000 upstairs. They want to rent the entire building. As soon as we find our 20,000 square foot building, we're done. We're leasing this baby out and we're moving. Let me take you to the marketing and media department. I know they're building down here, but we're taking them through a tour. Hi. A lot of magic happens here. What do you guys do down here, fellas?
Do it all.
They're pretty tall, aren't they? They do merchandising down here, all the marketing and all the creative design for all of our companies, right? The medical company, logos, websites. I mean, this is a full...
Social media.
Are you guys related?
Everybody always says that. The mustaches. Watch this. So this is one of our designs, right? So we have a coffee company called Puppies and Coffee. I don't know if you saw the Puppies and Coffee over there. Depending on the bundle that they get a shirt, they get a mug, they get the coffee, and they get a certificate that says your purchase has contributed towards Atlas Animal Rescue. So look at drink
Very
a cup,
cool.
save a pup. Upstairs, I'll show you another design that Spencer created for property, actually, the whole welcome package, which is super cool. Let's do this, baby.
Oh wow, we got a legit setup. Where should I sit? Right here?
And now to our very special guest, Mr. Robert Winsley, founder and CEO of Investorlift, which happens to be the #1 disposition software in the real estate space across the entire country. So welcome, brother. Man, thanks for coming through, man. We've been having a lot of fun today already. Love what you're doing. I love the content you're putting out. I love the company that you're building. Man, this thing has really blown up, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Way faster than I expected.
That's the one thing I've noticed about you, bro, is you work every day on Investorlift like it's day one. And that's something, by the way, that's a pattern that people completely undermine about really successful individuals. It's not about the money.
No.
It's not about the end results. It's about the process. You love what you're doing so much, it doesn't feel like work. You become obsessed and addicted. I've seen that from you the first time I met you, and then now even more. You know, now you're even more addicted to this machine. You know what I mean?
It's going faster and faster and faster. As you start to grow, what happens is you get more resources.
Yeah.
And once you have more resources, you can get to your goals even quicker. So it becomes more exciting. You can make bigger moves. And then also what happens too is like when you're first getting started, you have to do a lot of the stuff you don't like doing. Like you're the accountant, right? Like we were just talking upstairs.
Wearing every hat.
When you first get started, your acquisitions, your marketing, your dispo, your everything.
And you're not very good.
Right. And then you get to a point where you start getting more resources, and then you start just taking the things that you don't like doing and delegating those to other people that are way better than you at those things. And then you get to start just working on things you really love.
I took up way too much space there, but whatever. First one to sign the wall.
Yes, sir.
It's an honor.
You know what's funny? We had another software guy that you might love, right? Dan Martell. You're our second guest. He was our first guest. Yeah.
Two Canadians.
Two Canadians.
Two Canadians.
Yeah. Love Dan. Let's go wrap it up top then. I don't know what Zadie's doing over there. He thinks he's an architect or something. So this is the top floor. We got a lot of people off today. So HR's out, medical company's out, Sal's out, finance department, which is Ashley and Haneen, they're out. I'll take you to meet our CEO. He's around here somewhere. But check this out. When you sign up for property, your freedom starts here, right?
We should do this with our cartel bosses.
Look at this, bro.
Oh, that's so sick.
Hat, shirt, freaking Yeti, backpack, AirPod case.
we actually give them AirPods.
There's AirPods in here somewhere.
Oh, wow. What company do you use to get this done?
Spencer. He designs this whole thing.
Yeah.
As far all the way to the paper. Look at the paper.
The paper has property on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Talk about branding, huh? What size do you wear, bro? So here's some of our acquisition folks here. Acquisitions, my man Brandon. This dude is leading the property front, you know?
Yeah.
Helping all our partners, making sure that we're solid. We're bringing on more coaches. We're bringing on more underwriters. We're bringing on more acquisition people. We're bringing on more Dispo people. We're doing everything we can on the operation side to continue to grow that venture. I'm most excited about that venture than I am about any other ones. Because if you think about it, right, you feed that venture and it feeds everything else. Yeah. Let's go in here and talk to our CEO, my buddy Robert Wensley.
Peter.
Yeah.
Great to meet you. Robert from Investorlift.
Hey, how are you?
He gets here before us. He leaves here after us. I mean, the energy that he has at the age of 50 is it's unbelievable.
But we do have fun. It's easy.
We do have a lot of fun.
Love it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
Peter, it's
it.
great to meet you.
We got All In Nation sales guys here. We got Chris. We call him the Big Show. This is the big. Can you get up real quick so they can see why we call you the Big Show?
Chris, Robert
Yeah.
Wensley.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
You might have to have him as a security guard. Right. So this is Jake, and he is sales leader. Yeah. Oh, he's one of our premier sponsors, Investorlift.
Okay, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
He comes from the solar industry.
Sold solar for 5 years, built sales teams for solar companies.
He's in his 20s.
Yeah.
24. Been selling solar since I was 18, 6 days a week, grinding. I was like,
When I scaled up Brad, after I scaled up Brad, the first 3 years, like I remember the last year, I was in the office till 2 a.m. Christmas Eve, getting shit done. And then after I left, I was like, dude, I never want to talk about wholesaling ever again. Started a data company, like completely different. Did that for a year, and then once you're in real estate, it gets you. You have to come back.
Yeah, you have to.
If you think about it, right, this is what I tell like even a lot of our partners with property. You know, I don't care if you're a dentist, lawyer, doctor, all roads end with real estate. Generational wealth, passive income, tax savings, it's a necessity.
Everyone needs a house over.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, congrats, man.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you the one who's dispoing deals here? Is it just like it's you, just you? You dispo. Like back in the day when you were getting started, you were selling your own deals, right?
I was, but not on Investorlift. I was
It
on
didn't
phone
exist.
calls.
On phone calls.
Yeah,
Right?
phone
Remember
calls.
how hard that was?
Disgusting.
Imagine back then when you were trying to sell your deals, you could go in on a map and see all the wholesale deals that other wholesalers had sold nearby. And you can see who bought them. And you know how you go on LinkedIn, you can see everyone that's viewed your LinkedIn profile? I can see everyone that's viewed my deal. I just request.
Sick, bro. Why don't you tell me about this?
Because you don't even know. We had difficulty moving things in Pittsburgh. That's why I want Guru to take a look at it.
So this one is one that you're having a challenge with.
Usually we get some sort of offer, and
Yeah.
if it's below our asking, then we go back and renegotiate. But in this one, we don't have any.
You had no offers, but you had people viewing it, yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Call them and see how much. Jesus, bro. What is that? What are you trying to sell?
This is a
Bro,
turn.
what are you trying to sell, bro? That's a shit bot. Why would you try to sell that, Zadie?
Because you told me to.
I did not. Are you kidding
Let's see
me?
what Robert does with it.
Why would you waste people's time?
This is a tough one.
Yeah, bro, that's not a deal that I would even try to sell. What's it worth?
I've sold some in Pittsburgh. Jerry had one in Pittsburgh. A lot nicer than that. We're probably high on that. A $250,000 house, you can sell.
Yeah.
Why is it easier to sell a more expensive property than a lesser expensive property? If I'm trying to work on a $55,000 house, there's only so much money I can
What do
make
you
on
make,
that.
five?
Versus a $250,000 house, if I buy something for $250,000, I put $50K into it, I'm into it for $300,000, and I sell it for $500,000. There's a lot more opportunity to make a decent rep. I remember when we were flipping the DC market, if we couldn't make $100,000 on the deal, we didn't bother. Anything below that, we're going to try to wholesale.
Let me ask you this. What are your favorite favorite top 10 markets?
I don't think the actual market really matters. I don't really care where the house comes in. All I care about, is it north of 200,000? If it's north of 200,000, then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at population. I'm looking for at least half a million. Because we've seen in the data that once you go below 500,000, it's just horrible. Once you break about like 500,000 population, what happens is your contract fall rate goes down.
A healthy cancellation rate is probably about 20%.
Yes. You know what most guys are at?
So
most people in the industry are north of 50%.
They're just throwing shit at the wall and see
They're
what
throwing
sticks.
at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah. This dude just found the property in St. Pete's. I'm gonna call him. You gotta look at this house. You gotta look at this house. You'll love this little property. I think it's worth about 280, and I think he's getting it for 150. Hey, brother.
What's up, my man?
What's that property that we were looking at yesterday? The gentleman that needs $6,000 to pay off his card note. What's that city called?
Johnson City, Tennessee.
Look at that. 71,000, but 2021. So you have to assume that we're at 100,000 already. Johnson City, Tennessee. Got it. What was the ARV on that? 280?
285. We had it at about 280, 285.
Okay.
And, right now I got it at 147. We have an appointment with his wife. His wife had some questions, so we got an appointment.
Let's go, baby. I love it.
I feel good about it.
How are you liking property so far?
Man, this is I feel like this is right up my alley though. So I'm all in sales pipeline building. I did mortgage lending for the past several years, so getting into this game and this atmosphere of space with some amazing mentors like Carlos and Chris and Sal has just been game changer for me.
He's got 35K closing next week.
Amazing.
Yeah. Did you use Investorlift for that?
Of course.
Ooh,
Amazing.
Investorlift, Dispo that baby.
He couldn't believe it was that house. He's like, I thought it was the wrong house because I never buy properties that look this good.
Well, I'm excited for you, bro. Checks are about to start cashing in here very soon.
Yeah, I'm excited. Pipeline's building. Zadie's, he's doing fulfillment for me. I'm learning a little bit on the back end. Front load that.
You're on the front end right now.
And then still working on that account here in the near future.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, my brother. Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Will do. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, bro. Talk soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go. By the way, Matt came up here and gave us the look.
So, Carlos, we're here in your office and we've gone on the tour. There's so many businesses here, so many jobs you've created, right? But I always tell people, like sometimes when people see like the level of success that you and Sal are at, they're like, oh, that's like unobtainable, But I always tell people, everyone started with their first deal. What did that look like for you? When did you start? How many years did it take from that first deal to where you are right now with this 10,000 square foot office, multiple businesses, huge moves that you're making right now?
10 years. I knew that I no longer wanted to live in poverty. At that time, my girlfriend, who is now my wife, we were splitting the bills. We had a newborn and we were splitting like, okay, babe, I'm gonna get the mortgage, you get the cars, and I get the insurance and you get the medical, right? We had like a couple $100 every now and then, and whenever we would save up enough money, right, the Dave Ramsey whole strategy, then we would go and we would drive to a destination. We couldn't fly, we couldn't stay in the best hotel. Compare, that whole situation to where we are today, it's changed dramatically. But that was it. Like, that was my biggest motivator at that time, was like, man, I want more for my family. So read a $10 book called Flip by Nick Reese, a guy in Wisconsin who's become a really good friend of mine. I was just in so much pain because of the poverty I was in and like the struggle, for my family, that I was willing to do anything. Like if you would have said, jump off a building and you'll build an airplane and you'll be able to sell that airplane for $1 million, I would have done it. This book told me, hey, you want to become a real estate investor? I was like, absolutely. He's like, okay, well, these are your qualifications. You don't need a real estate license. I'm like, oh, check. You don't need credit. Check. You don't need money. I was like, check. It's like, you just need creativity and you need hard work. Great, that's what chapter 1's telling me. So how do I get there? What do I do? You told me the what, I need to know the how. Well, go put out 100 bounded signs every single Friday from 11 p.m. to 2 in the morning on Saturday. And somebody will eventually call you wanting to sell their off-market discounted property, and you'll put property under contract, and now you have the rights to that, the interest of this property, and you'll be able to find somebody that actually has money that's gonna wanna buy this deal from you. Because you found this deal, you'll be able to make $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, and they'll take on all the risk, and they'll put in all the money, and you'll get paid for finding the deal. I was putting out 120 to 150 signs every single weekend. My wife was handwriting them, because because I didn't even have enough money to even put in any marketing. Yeah, exactly.
So
right?
Sharpies.
Yeah, it was Sharpies. And 2,400 bandit signs. 6 months later, I got my first deal from a disgruntled landlord in West Phoenix that said, I don't want to deal with my tenants anymore. What can you give me for the house? At that specific time, I didn't know how to underwrite the property. I didn't know how to talk to sellers. I didn't know where to go get a contract. I didn't know how to explain the contract. I didn't know what I was gonna do with the property, but massive action, failing forward. I was like, I'll figure it out. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I got this lady, she's interested. I don't know how to run the property. I'm just gonna go to Zillow and do this. I gave a really high offer, so high that I actually only ended up making $5,000 on this deal because I didn't know how to run numbers, right? But that's failing forward.
Still,
that's failing forward.
You did it. You got
exactly.
your first
It used to
deal.
take me a whole month to make $5,000.
Yeah.
Working 50 to 60 hours a week at my old job. So to me, it was a win, right? Got this deal in the contract. Found the buyer for it that had 2 flips in the area. My buddy had 2 flips in the area, a guy that I knew, Jerry Vidalis, and I convinced this other guy named Brian Ponciano, hey, I got a guy that has 2 flips in the area, and when they sell, your comps are gonna go up. So he's like, okay, I can see it. So then he did it, and I made $5K, and then because of that one deal, everything you see today, because it took me 3 years to actually make my first $1 million. By July 2016, I made my first $1 million because I was so good at wholesaling, not flipping, wholesaling, right? We started to invest into better marketing, better systems, better people, other companies. By 2017, we were now buying like a medical company for $315K. We were investing into software companies, which we own today. We just started to expand and to reinvest the money we were making. The first deal was the ripple effect to what you see today, which is all the businesses and all the employees. Our organization employs over 350 people.
Wow.
And if you multiply 350 people times an average household of 3, you have over 1,000 people that you are supplying some type of contribution towards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How does that feel?
It's powerful. You know, every time you wake up and every time you go to work, there's 1,050 people that are immediately touched every single day by what you're doing. So to me, that means a lot. It all started with one wholesale deal.
One deal.
$1 in a dream, baby.
Well, Carlos, thank you for taking us behind the scenes here. It's
Absolutely,
been absolutely
bro.
incredible.
Yeah.
We had a great time today. Super excited to come back next year sometime and see where things are at. This is just day one for you guys.
Day one.
And super excited. Thanks so much, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Boom.